Reaching you live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. This is Sports Tonight. It's good to have you join us. I'm Austin Okonakpan. On the show tonight, we'll check out what's going on in the UEFA Champions League. Tottenham, they have a 3-goal advantage over Borussia Dortmund. Can they hold on to that lead? The UEFA Champions League will tell us tonight. It's also Ajax taking on Real Madrid. Real Madrid, they won the first leg back then last week in Holland, and then they will be hoping to consolidate on the second leg at the Bernabeu. It's not Barcelona, so no pressure, no tension. Let's see if they can complete the mission against Ajax Amsterdam in the UEFA Champions League. We will monitor it tonight on the program, and we will discuss it with you also on the show. We'll touch base once again with the Super Falcons. That's just because we love women's football. Tomorrow in Cyprus, they will be busy once again. They will take on Thailand in that classification match for 7th place. Let's see. We discussed it yesterday. We said, look, it goes. It's not just about winning in that sort of competition. For Coach Denaby and his technical crew, there are loads of lessons that they can take out of that one. Remember, the big deal is the World Cup that will take place in June in France. We will talk about it and remind you how many days we have more to go to the big one. Also, we'll go to Anambra, where fitness came alive once again. What did they do? Walk with us. I'll let you know. We will also talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League. There are some rescheduled matches that will be played tomorrow. We will talk about it also and see if we can also put some clearer perspective to that CAF Confederation Cup match that Enugu Rangers lost at home to Etoile Sahel. I struggle so much when I talk about that one, yes, because there's so much expectations for Rangers International to win that one in the CAF Confederation Cup. We'll talk about it big time on the show tonight. There's so much love for Manchester United. I told you last night, I tried to sing the song that the fans are singing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What's going on? What's the latest coming from the camp of Manchester United? We will tell you on the show tonight, because they will also be involved in a crunch encounter against PSG in the UEFA Champions League. That's about the outlook of the show. Wherever you are in the world watching us, I invite you to be part of the Fun Factory. You're going to love it, particularly when you get involved. You'll see our feedback mechanisms, just in case you're just following us for the first time. No, welcome on board. I love it when you get involved. So talk to us on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels-sports. You can send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. Yes, I got that email yesterday. It says, let's keep showing love to Kamaru Usman for what he did in the Ultimate Fight Championship. The UFC never had an African champion. Kamaru has put Nigeria out there on the map. Says, look, I want to do beyond just being known as a champion. He says he wants to bring development to his hometown right here in Nigeria. So shout out to the champ. We'll continue to celebrate it. That was really big, not just for Nigeria, but for the continent of Africa. We will talk about that one. If you guys want to talk about it, just bring up that discussion. I will discuss it tonight on the program. Let's make use of the hashtag Super Falcons. We'll continue to talk about the Super Falcons till the World Cup comes. We love women's football that much right here. Let's use the hashtag MPFL. This is because we love the Nigeria Professional Football League, and of course, it's our own football, so we will continue to support it. Let's do hashtag Champions League. Yes, we're not talking about the UEFA Champions League, as some games are going on tonight. Can Dortmund fight at home when they take on Tottenham Hotspur? They lost the first leg 3-0 right there at the Wembley Stadium. Can they fight? Can they bounce back? It looks like it's difficult, but hey, it's football. Anything can happen. We'll monitor the UEFA Champions League tonight on this show. So walk with us. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube /channelsweb. If you log on to m.channelstv.com, you should be able to download the Channels TV app for any of those devices that you see right there on your screen. For me, it is so any way that you can keep up with what's going on in our ever busy, racy, pacey, interesting, engaging, morning spinning world of sports. I want you to do that. So download that app, m.channelstv.com, download the Channels TV app, and then walk with us wherever you are in the world. In fact, if you talk to us tonight, tell us where you're watching us from. I want to know. Yesterday we had viewers from Moscow in Russia. I want somebody in Cyprus to talk to us tonight, yes, and tell me what's going on. Are you following the Cyprus Cup, the Super Falcons that are involved in that one? And we love it because they're using it to get ready for the World Cup. Let's welcome Cosmos Chukwuemeka. He's with us in the studio. Cosmos, has been quite some time. Yeah. It's good to have you back on the show.
And it's good to be back on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you just read out the numbers and there's so much to talk about, from the UEFA Champions League to women's football. And of course, certainly, we have to talk about the Nigeria Professional Football League and the game against Etoile Sahel. I think I have some bits of perspective concerning that game. When we get to that point, we'll talk about it.
So you were pretty excited when I mentioned Kamaru Usman.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about it. I mean, it's someone I actually followed. I pretty much like the fact that he had to reflect about his humble beginning and talk about the fact that he's from Auchi, Nigeria. It was awesome, and the way he talked about his baby girl as well. And of course, the way he gave kudos to the SY welterweight champion of the UFC. I mean, it was awesome as well. That is what I call good sportsmanship.
Yeah.
And it's
take awesome. About Woodley. It's just my time. Showed so much respect.
It was awesome. Good. And it's a good thing that these guys are putting Nigeria on the map for the right reasons. I mean, we have Anthony Joshua, world champion. You understand? And of course, we have Kamaru Usman. There's also Israel Adesina. There's Sadiq as well. That also, are contenders to get in the world championship. So let's wish them all the best.
Okay, that's in the UFC. I've got loads of comments saying, Austin, the UFC is rough. Austin, the UFC is dangerous. Which one is not rough? We talk rugby. You say rugby is rough. We say American football. You say American football is rough. But yeah, these guys are professionals and they know what is required. It is what it is. Some of you even believe boxing is also rough. Formula One is rough. So what is not rough? People break their legs when they play football, but it's okay. It's okay. They're professionals. So shout out to Kamaru Usman, first UFC welterweight champion from Africa, not just Nigeria. So in case you think it's just one small title, no, the first African to be crowned champion in the UFC welterweight division. And we love it. And he's so proud of his country, down to his mouth guard.
Yes.
He has it right there, the green, white, green color. That's what we're talking about. Gets into the ring with Nigerian music, has his flag all over him. I talk about ways you can promote your country all over the world. We love it. Kamaru Usman, take a bow. We love you so much. Well done for that feat. We'll continue to monitor his progress. Yes, I told you games will be going on in the UEFA Champions League. We'll monitor it. Ajax is taking on Real Madrid right there at the Santiago Bernabeu. It's not going to be much of a problem. So says some followers of Real Madrid for Real Madrid in that second leg. But hey, it's football. They won the first leg 2-1. So that's it right there. Confirmation for you. Wow, Dortmund, they will need to dig deep, need to fight, play football with everything they have to try to overturn that first leg result. So it's advantage Tottenham right now. Let's see. So we're monitoring that one on the show tonight. Let me let you know. Let's go to Anambra State. So much is going down in our world of sports. Over 500 persons are featured in the 5th edition of the Anambra Walk for Life. It's a program designed to enhance fitness among the state workforce and other stakeholders. I love the fact that they are keeping this thing. It's continuous to build some level of consistency and achieve fitness amongst persons that are, because every day, Cosmos, we work. We go out there. We hear of people just slumped and little walks as this. You walk for about 10 minutes to 20 minutes, you'll feel it in your body.
I mean, there's a study that is being said that every human being to be healthy needs to work at least 2 hours every day. And some of us, we do that. We walk not long distances per se, but for quite a distance. And this is actually nice because it's part of physical health exercise. Walking is quite very important. Lots of people will say, I don't want to walk under the sun. And
so if you complain that, you can't run the marathon, go and walk.
I mean, you can walk. And of course, the best times to walk, I think this is early in the morning. The best time to walk is early in the morning and, of course, in the evening as well, because it actually helps And medically, health-wise, it's actually very important. So guys out there walk.
That's right. So the fifth edition is a 10-kilometer walk from Amobia City Stadium as the start point to Injikoka Council headquarters in Abagana as the finish point. Participants from government, schools, sports, and social circles, they all pushed for health and fitness in the program organized by the Anambra State Sports Development Commission. According to the chairman of the commission, Mr. Tony Oli, the walk is beneficial to everyone, and especially to some of the participating House of Assembly members going for a re-election, as it is shown that you have to be fit to lead the people. So let's go to Anambra. That is serious business. That's some work they did right there. Let's go to Anambra and get some talking points from this exercise.
This work is very important for us. The work is very important for us because if you look around, you see that we are walking into victory. We have walked our House members into victory. They are very fit to tell Anambrarians that they are fit. Here we have Ibida. Ibida is here with us, the team is here with us, and they have done this walk, 10 kilometers walk, and that is very important for us.
So that's it, emphasizing the importance of the walk, 10-kilometer walk right there in Anambra. And you can also charge yourself. I was coming back to that one right away. Ajax are showing that the main business.
And that's something I wanted to talk about, the fact that Ajax, the only match they have lost in the past 5 was that game against Real Madrid, where they lost by 2-1. And of course, they played all 3 in that game. Now it is 2-2. Now, if it ends this way, Ajax will qualify. It's still draw. Now, if they score another goal, they have qualified. Now, if Real Madrid score and Ajax score, they are still qualified. So it's really a very dicey one. Real Madrid needs to win.
They have 2 away goals.
They have 2 away goals, but it's been cancelled by 1. And it's been cancelled by this one as well. So it's really dicey in this one. Real Madrid have not particularly crowned themselves in glory. I think in their last 4 home games, they have lost 2, drawn 1, won 1. So that means that they have everything to play for. This is not an informed Real Madrid side, if you ask me.
A lot of things going wrong. What's going on? Real Madrid, anytime, any day, you could put your money that that's a big team that can get the result. Remember, they broke the record back to back.
But this season, they have not been fantastic.
So somebody says no Cristiano Ronaldo, plenty problems.
It's fine. It's a factor, but then the team needs to come together. They need to be leaders in the team, and the fans need to understand that they can't single out a player. Now, there's a discord in the team because of the so-called, how will I put it, for singling out one player, Gareth Bale, that is a problem of the team. That is a huge problem, and it's really, really going to be difficult. And Solari, being the manager of that team, needs to start working on that team. I think they play well. I think it's all about their psyche, the way they think, the way they play. They need to start playing that way. And if they can be able to do that, certainly they should be able to get a result against Ajax.
So that's the 10 minutes played in that match between Ajax and Real Madrid, and in the 7th minute, Ajax got that goal. Very important goal, 2-2 now it is. 8 minutes played in that match between Borussia Dortmund and Tottenham. We're monitoring that one also. It's the UEFA Champions League, no small teams. And that's what Ajax, they're trying to say, yes, we lost it at home, but we will keep fighting, particularly this Real Madrid team that doesn't look so impressive this season. So let's see. We'll continue to monitor that one as the goals come in. We'll dash right away to the center where it is coming from, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get on with the show now, and let you know that the Super Falcons, they are doing so well. Before we get into that one, more funding problems. More funding problems for wrestling in Nigeria. Look, some of the sports that we know that they've done so well, and we've been talking about wrestling for some time now, and each time we talk about them, I feel good because they have brought glory to sports in this country. But customers, why haven't we been able to brand it in such a way that it gets accepted, sponsorship comes into it, and then funding is never a problem?
I think it has to do with the sports sector, the fact that there's no structure, or there's a structure but it's has lots of defect. The fact that corporate organizations are looking at what leverage will I get if I sponsor a particular federation. And that's just a huge problem. And the fact that they have learned from the past that they didn't get any sort of leverage or advantage or sort of anything from sponsoring or coming out to say that they are partnering with sports federation or sport or some sport. Now, for sports like wrestling that over the years have put Nigeria in the map, that have been doing very well, is huge. Now, they're going to be missing, based on the release we got today, the African Championship that they hosted last year.
Defending champions.
Defending champions, that they won close to 90-something medals. And they will be missing it. And it is a huge problem. The registration is supposed to be on Friday, supposed to close on Friday. And so far, so Friday. And so far, so good. They have not been able to get funding to do anything. Now, it is huge. It is a big problem. And we keep hearing this thing. The big elephant in the room is usually funding. It's huge.
Think about it. Odunayo Adekoroye, Aminat Adeni, Blessing Oburu Dudu, they went to Germany and Bulgaria for the World Ranking Series. And look, sometimes maybe because we emphasize too much on winning, just participating at those championships is enough plus.
Exactly.
You get to rub shoulders.
Exactly.
You exposure.
Exactly.
Experience in the bag. Now they are done with that, only for them to start again funding.
And you know the funny thing? This African Wrestling Championship is the first qualifier. The first qualifier for Tokyo 2020. Now, if Nigeria doesn't go for this competition, it means that Nigeria will find it very difficult to get athletes or wrestlers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And it's huge. Now, you talk about Adekoroye, Blessing Oburu Dudu. Those guys just went to Germany and Bulgaria, and they did well. Okay, fine. I think in Bulgaria, it was just Adekoroye that got to bronze. But in the other ones, they did. I mean, they got to at least the quarterfinals.
They lost to world champions in their category.
Exactly.
And if you put them side by side, you could tell that this person from Europe or Asia has enough exposure and better experience. And that's why they will always be favorites.
And they won with technicalities, basically. So we need these competitions to actually help. Now, this is supposed to be a continental championship. This is supposed to be the African Nations Cup for wrestling. And Nigeria will not, or based on the information we had, I just hope that the powers that be are listening and try as much as possible to get funds, because if it happens that way, you're painting Nigeria bad, that Nigeria cannot go for international competitions because of funding. And I hope that this is resolved and Nigeria can be able to participate, because trust me, if we participate, it will help us plus rankings and everything to get qualifiers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
So sad once again. Same old, same story. Why can't we talk about wrestling, even table tennis? But in fact, it's maybe just, look at Rope Rivers Hoopers. I told you the story of how they went to a competition on the same day that it was starting. So it's a problem. So why can't we get to a point where we say, this thing has to stop. We need to come together. The Ministry for Youth and Sport, they need to sit down with everybody that loves sports in this country. Wrestling is doing so well. How can we make sure it gets better and better? Not the lukewarm movement that I was saying. It's good today. Tomorrow we're fighting. We're thinking about how they will go to one championship. It's not good for sports in this country. Let's count down. 98, 94, 94 more days to the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup that will take place in France. The Super Falcons of Nigeria, they will be involved in that one. And I love the fact that the Nigeria Football Federation, they are putting words to action. They said they're going to get the girls prepared for this competition, and they are doing just that. They've been to China for an invitational tournament. Right now, they are in Cyprus. And all of this will count for something, because they are gaining good exposure. They are playing as a team. Coach Denaby will look at ways to say, okay, you play like this, you play like that. They've won some, they've lost some. They're going to play tomorrow again against Thailand. It's beautiful. We are monitoring it. All is geared towards having a good outing at the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup that will take place in France. 94 more days to go. So just in case you're saying, oh, what are they preparing for? Why are they going to Cyprus? Why did they go to China? This is it. This is the main objective. Nigeria, represented by the Super Falcons, want to go to the World Cup and impress. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, what's going on? We'll talk more about the FIFA Women's World Cup. They also think that VAR, the video assistant referee, will be good at the championship. I'll tell you more. Don't go anywhere. Stay.